At number 10 we have Paper Flower. This manhwa is about Yu Young, a person who's been living with his father and sister who abuse and treat him like a peasant just because his mother died after being accused as a thief and got beaten to death. After his mother died he lived with his father's mansion and got threatened badly by his family and the servant of the house because he can't speak properly for himself. But after the news of the crown prince staying at their house, Yu Ying tried beg the prince to take him with him because he can't resist the treat he got in that household. But the prince don't want him on board, so he decide to end his life in a cliff where the prince is going and happened to see him passed out in the way to the cliff. At the end the prince brings him to the palace, but his hard work does not stop there because of the way the servant in the palace treats him, and also his sister become the princess and soon to be the empress of their country. This manhwa is so interesting and can really make your blood boil. Also the male lead is really annoying that I want to punch his face, but he's handsome though, so I am having a second thought. Number 9 we have The Blade and Flower. It's about Yunzhou, a person who lose his family on a night when the moonlight was particularly bright. The person who killed his family is the ruthless He Ryang. After that incident he got treated badly by the people around him and saying bad things about him. But the fate get them back together and Yunzhou tries to hide his identity to He Ryang to take his revenge for his family and reputation. This is still not that active because it is freshly done. But I've been waiting for this for so long and I just read the latest chapter and it's really something we all should look at. At number 8 we have Thousands of Dreamless Years. It's about Lan Ziyi, a normal person who got traveled in other dimension and become a demon's male pet. At first no one wanted him to become a pet because of how he looked. The demon prince told him that he looks average and to sleep in the hall for the selection of the demon male pet is really something an average slave should not do. Thinking that no one wanted him as the pet as a relief for him. But apparently one demon prince got in the eye for him and choose him as his male pet. This manhwa is so cute and I really think this might blow up if people take their time to appreciate it. Cause it's really giving me a Titan Bride vibes but in a modern types, and the fact that the art style is so cool and amazing is mind-blowing. At number 7 we have Taming the Tiger. This manhwa is about Jiamhu, the eldest son of the An household that needed the blood of livestock for his brother's medicine. So he tried to find someone and set out to find a pariah familiar with butchery. But in his way to find a pariah familiar, he encountered this nameless pariah with a unique appearance. He then brought him to his residence and named him Bom. And that's where Jiamhu started to grow his feeling for the nameless pariah Bom. Also Bom is like a personal servant of Jiamhu and he does everything Guamhu asked to him. This manhwa have already 40 chapters so it's particularly not new, but I rarely saw a recommendation about this so I added it on the list. Anyways, it's still a good manhwa and really romantic at the same time. So if you want a romantic manhwa with the same vibes as Painter of the Night, then this manhwa is for you. Another information is that the uke is not that nice, so it's really giving me Painter of the Night but in an opposite plot. At number 6 we have Flower Rain Ballad. It's about the three largest countries in Jungmen, which are the Haeseo, Ogajin, and the Biore. Among them Biore is the country that was founded by the ancient god, and it was said that Biore will always shine and perish as the long treasure of the gods is in that land. But that was all in the past because the land of Biore now is a small and powerless country. After being powerless, the emperor of the land of Haeseo conquered the land of Biore and started to make a living out of that country. Also he wanted to conquer the heart of the crown prince of the land of Biore. This is cool and entertaining manhwa. I just can't put all the summary about the manhwa, but you all should try to read it for more clarified details about this manhwa. At number 5 we have Until the Day of Flowering. It's about the war of two powerful empires who decided to end the war between them. In ending the war they came up with this terms and condition of sending one of the both empire prince to represent their country in each empire. Li Yan is the prince and representative of the Yunhua Empire. Therefore he need to go to the Vestur Empire as the representative prince, and that's where he meet the prince of the Vestur Empire Calix. This manhwa is actually kinda funny and really interesting because of our semi that has a very cute and gentle personality, while our uke is more like a bad boy or something. At number 4 we have Plaything. This manhwa is not new and has 20 plus chapter, but I think this need a lot of attention, so I still going to recommend it. Anyways, it's about Illich, a person who committed a crime and killed his boss' son accidentally while defending himself. But as he thought he did a perfect crime, the Grand Duke Sa Yan soon found out about his crime. After that Illich came to the Duke house and found out that the Duke knew about his crime. He then asked a favor to the Grand Duke to keep his secret. The Grand Duke is gracious enough to allow him to keep his secret in return of begging the Grand Duke to sleep with him. Illich on the other hand don't have a choice because if he refuses his boss will probably kill him and make him feel his wrath. This manhwa is amazing and it's for all the readers that wants excitement in the story and wanted a story that has a really interesting chapters. At number 3 we have The Night Unfulfilled Dream. It's about Prince Kalyan, the prince who's been battling for the throne of the empire together with his right arm Ian. Ian is the right hand of the prince and also the person who loves the prince. But after Prince Kalyan took over the empire, he marries an empress and that's where Ian thought that his service is no longer needed for the prince. Also the Prince Kalyan choose his empress that's as the fiancée of Ian's brother. After that Ian's brother got a punishment after serving the prince and got detained. He hide to the prince and live in a place where no one know him. But a shocking news came and he need to go to the capital to save his beloved brother from the Prince Kalyan. Apparently he will take his revenge to the Prince Kalia. This manhwa is really good and it can make you angry, sad and almost all he emotion you can felt so you all should try read this. At number 2 we have Spinel. This manhwa is kinda sensitive because of the slavery for native people. So if you don't want that kind of manhwa please skip this part. Anyways it's about Spinel. Spinel is a group of people who live on an isolated island that was uninhabited by other human. Spinel has a really beautiful appearance but the people who discover their existence forced them to slavery. Hay got sold in a high price to the most powerful and wealthy nobles, while on the other hand Lowell is a duke who lose his parents at a young age. Apparently they accidentally meet because of the Lowell bracelet that his mom gave her. This manhwa is so good to be honest, but it has a sensitive topic about a person with a black skin color. So if you don't like that idea, feel free to skip this recommendation. At number 1 we have Auspicious Emperor. It's a story about an emperor and an eunuch. Anyways it's about Ji Shang, an eunuch who sneak out of the palace to get some food for the palace dog but when he's about to enter the hole he used to sneak out, he got bumped into something who happened to be the crown prince. That night their friendship started because of the coat Ji Shang shared to the prince because he was cold. After that night, the crown prince wanted Ji Shang to be always beside him and always wanted to see him. But that's where the feelings of our prince started to grow as they grow old. This manhwa is so cute because of the fact that the story start when they were kids so it's really adorable and funny at the same time. That's it. I hope you guys have a great time watching this video and figure out what manhwa you should read next. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like this video. Also share it with your friends who also having a hard time choosing a new manhwa to read.